Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family.
Hello, how are you today? My name's Libby Dyson from libbystamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I'm so pleased you could join me today. It's a bit windy today here, and someone's put the cool button on. Just having a coffee while people join me. Now today we're going to, good morning Wendy. Today we're going to High Rails do some packaging ideas. So I hope you can help me do that. I just suddenly thought this morning, coming up to Christmas, we're at the beginning of December, and you often have Christmas parties and functions to go to. Excuse me. Thanks for sharing, Rails. And thanks for sharing, Wendy. Okay. So I thought, why not use the Stampin' Up products that we've got and just pretty them up a bit. So I'm just having a look here if I can see the comments. I've actually got you up this time. There we go. So what you'll go in the draw to win today is one of my key rings that I made for on stage, which I'll show you in a minute. Good morning, Kay. How are you? I hope you're getting around all right. Let's see. It says I can wave to you. Does that work? I don't know. All right. So, good morning, Michelle. So, yeah, the only things left out of the Christmas time is Here bundle on the website are the little gold. I'm glad you can see me, Kay. Are the little gold faceted gems. I think that's what they were called. Anyway, that's all that's left out of that beautiful bundle. I got the bangle, of course, because it was gold. And I wear it quite often, just not when I'm at home. Good morning, Margaret. How are you? So now don't forget to share. Yeah, I've forgotten to do the draw for last week. I'll do that as soon as I get off today. Good morning, Christy. And good morning, Karen. Now it says on my phone I can wave, and I've pressed the wave button. Does that do anything? Anyway, I don't know if I can wave at anyone else. So, yes, so you're going in the draw to win a keyring today because I can't send you the packaging in the mail. I'll do last week's as soon as I get off today, and then I'll leave this week's up until Friday or so, and then I'll put it up. So I'd really love for you to put a message on my Facebook business page when you receive your prize, just so I know you've got it. Some of you private message me, which is nice, but you know, put a message on my Facebook page and let me know that you've received it and what you think. So I usually give away what we make, but today it's going to be a key ring. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera around, have another gulp of coffee, and we're going to get started. So the catalogue that is nearing its end date is this lovely holiday catalogue, and it's got some beautiful things in it. So don't forget to get in while you can. There's some really lovely ones, lovely stamp sets. Now I'd like to talk to you a bit about this one called Nature's Beauty, and $4.20 of each stamp set sold goes toward men's mental health organisations here in Australia. So it is lovely. I've made quite a lot of cards using it. Oh, that's all right, Karen. I don't mind liking your page. You've supported me for a long time. I'm happy to do the same. All right, so this Nature's Beauty, if you go to my blog and type in Nature's Beauty, you'll see all the different cards I've made using it. There's some samples here. So make sure you buy that one and have a play with it. It doesn't have, that's all right, Julie, we've only just started really. It doesn't have any punches, but really they're quite easy to fussy cut, these images. Yeah, so have a look at that, and don't forget the packaging ideas that are in here. Now, coming up shortly, look at this, I went and had it bound. How nice is that? And it keeps all the corners nice. And I've got a clear on the front and a clear on the back, which is all I can share with you. So if you'd like a celebration brochure and a mini catalogue, January to June 2020 mini catalogue, and you don't already have a demonstrator, message me today and I will make sure you get one as soon as they become available. I think I can start ordering them now, so they'll be in shortly. I'm not using the Stampin' Up send out thing, mailing selector. I've had trouble with that in the past, so you'll get it from me. And there'll be an offer inside, so make sure you ask for one of those. All right, now just some of the packaging that Stampin' Up have that I've got somewhere here in the annual catalogue are the pillow boxes, the baker's box, and one of my favourites is the mini pizza box, and all these are in the annual catalogue. So I'll just turn up the back. Packaging Basics is page 172. So you can find all your packaging here. Now we're only looking at a couple of the packaging solutions today, but there's the craft pillow boxes, and you can take them apart if you want to and have a plain side and just re-glue them. You can sponge over them, you can use the brayers over them. You could probably even watercolour them if you were careful. Mini pizza boxes. So the craft pillow boxes are $8.75 and you get 10. So that's pretty good, 87 cents. And you can fit quite a bit in them. So we'll make one up in a minute, but they're quite roomy. The mini pizza boxes, $10 for 8. So what's that? 85 cents or something each. Alright. They fit in your nice little 3x3 note cards and envelopes, plus lots of other things like Ferrero Rochers and stuff like that. Then there's the baker's box, and they're $12.25 for 8 boxes, and we'll make one of those up too. So they're the items we're looking at today. However, there's also the mini shipping boxes, Stampin' Up mini shipping boxes. There's cello bags, there's copper dotted treat bags, tea tins, clear tiny treat boxes. We might even look at one of them today. They're $13.25 and you get 16 in the pack. So that's on page 172 to 173 in that catalogue. Now don't forget to share, and thank you those people who've already shared. When you share, I put in 2 extra drawers for you, so you actually get 3 for sharing, because you type in shared, and then so that's 1 entry, and then I put in 2 more because you shared, so that's 3 entries just for saying you've shared. All right, let's have a look at the little pillow box. Now I like to get my bone folder. Now here's a funny story. This is a Stampin' Up bone folder, but I've had it since I joined Stampin' Up 9 years ago. And it's been through the mill a bit. You can see it's still a bit dirty. Anyway, I put it in the dishwasher on Saturday and went out and came home, and Bob had unpacked the dishwasher. Anyway, yesterday I'm cleaning up and I'm thinking, where's my bone folder? I didn't take it with me on Saturday and I couldn't find it anywhere. Anyway, I said to Bob, do you know where my bone folder is? Oh, what does it look like? So I showed him what it looked like and he says, oh yeah, he'd put it in one of the cutlery drawers. I don't know what cutlery he thought it was, but I'd been doing some cooking, so maybe he thought I used it for stirring something or whatever. So, yeah, don't let your bone folder out of his sight. All right, so I come in and you just push in the ends like that. Now, I do like to go along and sort of pinch that so that it gives a nice firm crease, and then fold the other one down as well. Hello, Christy. Yeah, yeah, he's a bit of a card, my hubby. He's got his Santa suit all figured out. I bought him one in the op shop and it fitted, because the Santa suit he had to wear last year was for a skinny Santa and he had a red t-shirt on over the top. And he plays Santa at Hunter and Scarlett's preschool. Well, Scarlett's preschool now. All right, so there's our box. And I might just run over that with my bone folder to give it a nice curve. All right, so how quick was that? And as you can see, if I open it up again, you can fit quite a bit in there. All right, put your surprises in there. And here's a really quick thing to do. Get some of our silver edged ribbon, wrap it around. Now I'm going to do this twice, so I'm crossing over on the back, twisting, bring it round to the front. Now I call the front, I call the back where I've closed the pillow box, bring it round to the front and tie it off in a pretty bow. Now you could just give that, because it will look really lovely, and it's taken you a couple of minutes to put together with the bow, and you could make a whole lot of them in a hurry. So just neaten up your bow and grab your scissors. Don't worry about the leftover ribbon, I'll use that for something else. Alright, so you've got that. Now you can then come in with, I've got some shimmery white here, and let's see. Alright, how about out sweet Christmas wishes from Cup of Christmas. Now, I don't know if you've seen this stamp set, but it's reversible. The cups are reversible, which is really cool. Alright, so load that up onto a block. And we might use some cherry cobbler. I've got arthritis in both my thumbs and it makes for an interesting life. Can I tell you? Alright, so I'm just going to stamp that there. Okay. And I've got the timeless label punch. This is so you don't have to use dies. You can just come in. You could make a whole heap of these really quickly and just punch down. Don't think I can get anything more out of that. Alright, and I'm going to cheat. I have a crocodile that I use for my holes. You can use the, thanks for sharing, Margaret, you can use, what's that punch that's got 3 things on it? Yep, it'll come to me in a minute. Detailed something or other with love or something. But I just find my crocodiles quick and easy. Then some baker's twine, the trio punch, thanks Rails, bit of baker's twine, or you could even use linen thread if you wanted to sort of tie it in with the colour of the box. Now you could sit watching TV and do this. You could add a bit of greenery if you wanted to, but we're looking at quick and easy. Shove that under there. She says, finger's not working. Get the tweezers. There we go. Tweezers are my new best friends. Tie it off in a knot. Now I'm going to give you a tip about tying knots. So do it, but this is called an overhand knot. Alright, so when you do that, then come in with your snips or your tweezers, or take your pick tool or whatever, put it in the circle and tie. Pull down and you'll get that knot closer to where you want it, so don't have a lot left. Alright, so there's one of our packages done. Wonderful. Alright, pizza box. I've got a piece of, let's see, what's this called, wrapped in plaid. Now I want to put something behind it. Squares. What are they called? Layering squares. Alright, so I've already done that bit, so I'm going to just use a layering square. And again, make these up and you could do a whole lot in one go. I'm thinking either this one, that'll work, yes, in. Alright, give me a colour. Cherry cobbler, do you reckon? What would that look like? Yes? Will that work? Thanks. Good morning, Leanne. Thanks, Julie. Alright, so hang on 2 ticks while I just cut this. I'm not going to bring my big shot over. I've just got it next to me. So I'm just going to cut this square out of cherry cobbler. And we'll add that behind the plaid. Oh, sorry about that. I mustn't have turned the volume down on my laptop. Hang on while I just do that. Yep, doesn't want to do that. Here we go. Turning it off. Alright. So I've got my laptop going too so I can see what's going on. But I'm not doing a very good job. Alright, so again, you could sit and do a whole pile of these in one go, and because the packaging's already done for you, you don't have to make up a box. Well, you have to make it up, but you don't have to plan a cut and otherwise make. Alright, so a bit of glue on the back of this, and oh, it's not big enough. Okay, plan B. Plan B says get another bit of card, not a card base. Won't have any more scraps cut up. Here we go. Alright, so this box is 8.5, and I cut this to 7.5. So if I cut it to 8, that should work, yes? So in with the trimmer. Still got glue on that, so I don't want to put anything on it. Move the tools. So I want 8. I might do 8.3. I'm going to keep that for something else in a minute. Just had another idea. Alright, put this on there. Yeah, you can see everything's not working to plan today. Never mind. Are we having fun yet? Let me know. Alright, so put some glue on there. Now earlier I cut out some little deer from Shimmery White from the Detailed Deer dies that are in the annual catalogue. They came out in the holiday catalogue last year, and they're in the annual catalogue this year. So I've already die cut them. So just out of scrap, that'll do. Alright, I'm just going to put some mini dimensionals on the back of these. Get my pick tool. Alright, so I've got my Stampin' storage here, and one shelf I put my dimensionals on. Probably not meant for that, but hey, if it works, it works. Next week I'll share with you something that's not totally Stampin' Up, but it's scrapbook related. I did it on Saturday, but I've just got to go and get a frame for it. It's my grandmother when she was 10. So that would have been back in 1910 or something like that. She was born in the late 1800s. So I've done 2 pieces now with photos I had of her, but I haven't used the original photos. I've scanned them, and use them in home decor. I've sent Bob off to look for some spray today. There's apparently spray you can buy at Bunnings to spray over things that aren't behind glass to protect them from dust and what have you. Alright, so there's our other deer. Dear. That was a bit corny, wasn't it? Alright, and we might tuck that in. And this time I'm just going to, it's so easy to just dress these up. Alright, so shaded spruce and gold or cherry cobbler. What do you think? Shaded spruce with the gold, which sort of goes with the tartan, doesn't it? Or the cherry cobbler, girls. And just while you're thinking about that, I'm going to use that punch again. Cherry cobbler, Margaret. Rael says cherry cobbler. Alright, cherry cobbler it is. Just while I punch out another punch. And we're going to use the same sentiment. Alright, so just pretty it up with some ribbon. Doesn't matter if you cover your deers. So put your gift inside first. I'll move that in a minute. Now here's a tip. When you're tying a bow and you haven't got any more fingers, if you tie it on the corner or on the edge, that seems to help. Don't ask me why, it just does. You seem to be able to get it tighter by tying it on the edge. You know how sometimes when you need extra fingers and then you just squidgy it around. Is squidgy a word? I think I've used squidgy before. So cut off the excess. Now I don't know whether it's just me, but I like to go with the diagonal. I have no idea why. No idea why I do that. Alright. With the diagonal. Okay. Now I'm going to use the same sentiment again on some, what have we got here? Whisper white. Now, just before I do that, I just had a sudden thought. I've got some clear Winker Stella here, and just give it a squeeze on the edge, and you'll see this one might be almost empty. Oh, there we go. Give it a squeeze, and I'm just going to paint over those reindeer just to give them a little bit more sparkle. Sparkle-arkle. And you don't have to be very careful. As you can see, I'm not. So, I've punched out a cherry cobbler thingy-bob punch, and I'm going to use the same ink again and the same sentiment. Got it open this time. Alright, I'll just move that out of the way so I can move this up here. This is shimmery white cardstock, just because I happen to have it on hand. And I'll just put the cherry cobbler away for a second so I don't stick my big mitts in it, which I'm sure to do. And and come in with the punch, which I put somewhere safe. Alright, so we'll probably just do the 2 today, I think. Then next week I'll have something different for you. We might make some little Santa boxes or something next week. Alright, now I should have cut another one of those out. Alright, bear with me for a second. Just cut this off here. So I've got... Alright, now I'm punching out 2 in cherry cobbler because I'll share with you why in a second. Alright, so I'm using the timeless label punch and we've already stamped, and then I'm going to come in and just cut straight across here, hoping it's about the middle, and I'm going to turn them around. I'm going to put a bit of glue on here. I usually do the bottom first, don't know why, I just do. Alright, so you want just a bit of an edge and you want it sort of even. There we go. And then turn it around again. I just find it easier to do it so it's facing me for some reason. Put some glue on it and then glue this one on, trying to get it about the same distance, so that way you've got a bit of a border going round your tag. However, the back looks daggy, doesn't it? So that's why we punched the other punch. So just put a bit of glue on here and put this one on the back, matching it up as best you can. Alright, so then all we need to do is punch our hole again. Yeah, they're great, Christy. Just Julie, you've written in curry cobbler. Did you want crushed curry or cherry cobbler? That's funny. Alright, so just a hole again and some baker's twine, and look, they'll fit Ferrero Rochers in them, and they'll fit lots of other things in them. Oh, do you know what I found in Coles? A mint patty. I haven't had one of those for years. So I tell you what, maybe next week we'll make something for a mint patty. It'll probably fit in one of these little pizza boxes, but we'll make something from scratch next week for that. Just had that idea. So add this to your tag. Now, because I haven't done the Chrissy Crossy thing, you know, like I did on the pillow box, I'm going to just add this through here, through a loop, so it doesn't come off. And you can, if you wanted to, you could punch another one, another white one out on the back and write on it. That would get around that issue. Should have thought of that, didn't. So there you go. Just thought of it then. So punch a white one out to put on the back instead of a cherry cobbler one, and you'd be good to go. Got somewhere to write. And I've used Cup Christmas stamp set, and I've used the Dashing Deer. See how I just pull that down, pull the loop down, and then pull. Right, so take your pick tool in where you want the knot to be, and then just pull down. Doesn't seem to work as well as the tweezers, but anyway, You get the idea. So we did it before. Right, there we go. Cut off the ends. And you've got your treat box. And we've got a treat pouch made by courtesy of Stampin' Up. My fat fingers always let me down. Yeah, I think I've got fat fingers too, but I've got 2 on this hand. These 2 don't work. Like they bend, but I've got little to no control over them or feeling in them anymore. I've got arthritis in both my thumbs. Yeah, old age isn't good, can I tell you, and neither are fat fingers, but you learn to live with fat fingers and use the tools that we've got. So the take your pick tools, good for those, or your snips or whatever. So we've used a take your pick tool, the timeless label punch, mini pizza boxes, the pillow boxes, cup of cheer, cup of Christmas, and we use the detailed deer dies, clear wink of Stella, and I think that's it. So they're 2 quick ways to, yeah, thanks Rails. I use it a lot, and especially when you know, you're sort of in a bit of a hurry and you haven't got time to fiddle around. So, and it gives you a nice knot that's close. You don't have that tag hanging forever off your box. All right, so that's what we've done today. Next week we're going to make something for a mint patty to give away. Who wouldn't like a mint patty? So I've still got glue on me from Saturday, even though I've had several showers and scrubbed. I've got 450 glue all over my fingers, I've just realised. Never mind. All right, so that's it for today. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again next week at midday, same time, same bat channel. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye for now.
One card at a time can really change the way we live. Focused on the sharing and the chance we have to give. You can do most anything, so just do what you love.